Hi there, welcome to Art Inspired Yoga with Rise and Shine at the beautiful Barry Art Museum on the campus of Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia. That's me, I'm Leah of Rise and Shine, coming at you with a brand new yoga flow entirely inspired by the Barry Art Museum's collection. Let's see what pieces this week's highlight. This week we're featuring Karen LaMonte's Child's Dress 10. Karen LaMonte began her artistic career in 1990 following her graduation from the Rhode Island School of Design. LaMonte traveled to Prague in 1999 on a Fulbright scholarship to work in the world-class Czech glass casting workshops. On Thursday, October 1st, we have a virtual artist lecture with Karen LaMonte from 2 to 3 p.m. on Zoom. To register, go to barryartmuseum.odu.edu. Hi, welcome to the yoga portion of Art Inspired Yoga. Go ahead and have a seat on your mat. Feel free to grab any yoga props you'll use during class. I highly recommend blocks. If you don't have blocks, pillows or books even suffice. Gently lower yourself down to your mat, one vertebra at a time. Bring the soles of your feet to touch, to Supta Baddha Konasana, and let your blocks rest under your legs. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. If it feels better for you, feel free to bring the soles of your feet to the mat and knock your knees together for more of a restorative pose. You want to always make sure you're listening to your body and what feels right, what feels best, and also keep breathing throughout class. Here, as we get settled into our body, take a light body scan, see how you're feeling today. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Our flow today will be all about building heat. Heat's required in glass making, so we're going to build heat in our body as well. Bring your legs together like you're closing a book. Gently bring your knees into your chest, grabbing at your shins or your hamstrings. Rock side to side, massaging your lower back. Tee out your arms. Gently lower both knees to your left side. Feel free to gaze up at the ceiling or glance over your right shoulder if that feels good in your neck. Bring knees back to center. Move your block out of the way and exhale, lower both knees to the right side. Same thing. Feel free to gaze over your left shoulder or keep your head look up to the ceiling, whatever feels best for your neck. Inhale, knees back to center, gently rocking again side to side. Fall over onto one side in fetal position. Gently push yourself up to seated. Again, building heat through our body. So deep breath in through the nose, hands to heart center. As we breathe in and out, keep your mouth closed. When we open our mouth on the exhale, it releases heat. If we breathe in and out through our nose, we really do retain that heat inside our bodies. Release your arms down to your legs now. Let's go onto all fours and warm up our spine. Hands are under our shoulders. Inhale, cow pose. Shine your heart forward. Exhale, cat. Round out your back. Inhale again to cow, keeping our collarbones nice and broadened. Exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Feel free to add some organic movement here, perhaps some barrel rolls, perhaps keeping the cat-cow going, maybe a child's pose. See what feels best for you today. Eventually, let's come back to a neutral spine. Here in tabletop, tuck your toes and lift your knees off the ground an inch or so. We're hovering tabletop here. You can lower your knees down, tuck your toes under, hover your tabletop, engaging our core, building heat, and release down. Tuck your toes one last time. Lift your knees off the ground and extend upwards to downward facing dog. Take a deep bend in your knees, pedal out your first down dog of class. No worries if your heels don't quite reach the ground yet. Readjust yourself, keep your knees bent, whatever feels best for you. Find some stillness in our downward facing dog. With this down dog, yearn your chest towards the tops of your thighs. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Make your way to the top of the mat. Meet in forward fold. Grab opposite elbows now Have a slight bend in your knees and gently rock side to side with your head hanging heavy, enjoying this ragdoll. Now release your arms, inhale to halfway lift, exhale forward fold, bend your knees, slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, allowing your head to be the last thing to come up. Make some clothing adjustments as deemed necessary. Resettle. Inhale, arms overhead, mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale here, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back to high plank. Always have an option to drop your knees, but since we're building heat, lift your knees up if that's for you. Exhale, lower it down slowly so your forehead meets on the mat. Bring your big toes to touch and gently lift up to low cobra, pushing through the tops of your feet. Release down. Big toes to touch. Inhale, lift, you're up, low cobra. Last one here. Push through the tops of your feet. Inhale, low cobra, and release. Gently push yourself back up to tabletop position. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, hands extended, mountain pose. Hands come to your heart center. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to high plank. Move through your vinyasa, keeping your elbows close to your body. Rise up to upward facing dog or low cobra, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, we're building heat in this practice, right? Lift your heels, step, hop, or float to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, so strong. Cactus your arms down, raise up. Cactus them again for a heart opener. One last time, really feeling that nice stretch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Regroup, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to high plank. Shift forward, move through your version of vinyasa. Meet either in upward facing dog, low cobra. Eventually, we'll join again in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg, three-legged dog. Hips are square to the ground. Feel free to open your hip for this first one, pointing and flexing your foot. Exhale, right knee to nose and back, really warming up our core. Step your right foot through. Lower your left knee to the ground. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Keep your abs engaged. You can bring your arms to your quads if you like, or extend it overhead, following that cactus arm motion. Exhale now to half splits. I love using my blocks for this pose. See what feels best for you. Keep your right foot flexed. You can also keep a micro bend in your right knee if that feels best for you. Move your shoulders away from your ears. Strive to have a flat back here. Keep sending oxygen to your right hamstring. Nice. Really working that hamstring out. And rebend into your right foot. Tuck your left toe under. Lift your left knee off the ground. Rise up to high crescent lunge. Feel free to cactus your arms again, both arms at the same time or one at a time. And exhale, lower it down. Plant both palms, step back to high plank, and move through your vinyasa. If you want to skip a vinyasa, that's a-okay. Inhale, left leg, three-legged dog, opening your hip, bending your knee, pointing and flexing your foot. Exhale, left knee to nose. As you extend and bring the knee back in, let your lower abs do the work. Step your left foot through, lower your right knee down, inhale, low crescent lunge. Core is still engaged. Hands can be in your hips or raised above. Open your chest with that optional cactus arm. Exhale, half splits. I like to extend my left foot forward for more space. Flex your left foot. Yearn your heart towards your shin. Still having our shoulders back, our chest proud, even if we're folded over. Breathe into your left hamstring. You can do it. Yes. Rebend into your left knee. Tuck your right toe under. Lift up to high crescent lunge. Again, pinkies are spiraled inwards towards each other. Cactus your arms, one arm at a time, and then both. Nice, so strong. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to high plank. One more vinyasa. Again, we're building heat, right, in honor of glass blowing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Make your way to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, reset. Very nice, y'all. Hands to heart center. All right, adjust yourself as need be. Inhale, arms overhead. Sink down low for our first chair of the day. Let your shoulder blades relax away from your ears. Weight is in your heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Lift up and down. Again, really going with that theme of building heat. You can have these squats going on, or you can hold your chair pose, whatever you want to do, whatever feels best for you. Just keep breathing. That's it. Engage your core. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms and step back to high plank. Again, vinyasa, keeping our elbows close to our body, lifting up to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose. Step through. Seal your left heel. Down for warrior one. Hips are squared towards the front. Absolutely. Hands extended overhead. Bend real strong into your front knee. You got it. Step back. Give yourself space. Vinyasa, really working on our triceps today. And eventually meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg, three-legged dog. Hips are square to the mat. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step your left foot through. Seal your right heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one on the left side. Strong bend in that left front knee. So strong. And exhale, release down to the mat. Step back to high plank. Move through your vinyasa. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, hop to the front of your mat. Lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, arms overhead, extended mountain pose. Come down for that chair. Again, really strive to have your biceps by your ears. Lift up and exhale. Option to squat here or just hold your chair. Both are challenging. Both are great options. See what feels best. Keep breathing. Core is engaged always. And exhale, stand up tall, hands to heart center. Regather yourself. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back to high plank. Shift forward, move through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose, step through. And lift up, warrior one, and down. We're just flowing through this. It's the same pose as before. Left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to nose, step your left foot through. Rise up, warrior one on the left side. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, move through your vinyasa, or do a no yasa, as long as we meet in downward facing dog. Move to the front of your mat, exhale, release, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold, root to rise, hands extended mountain pose, sit down to chair. Feel free to interlace your fingertips if you like, or keep your arms and fingers free. Biceps by your ears, belly button in towards your spine. Good, release down, forward fold. Now step back to your downward facing dog. Take a few minutes to breathe. Now walk your palms back to your hands. Our feet are always moving to meet our hands. Let's have our hands meet our feet for once. Feel free to tuck your hands under. You can step on them, giving yourself a nice light wrist massage, hand massage. Play around with that. Eventually, walk your hands back out to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose. Step your right foot through. Seal your left heel down. Rainbow open to warrior two. So now our hips are going towards the sides of our mat. Shoulder blades are released away from our ears. Flip your palm now. Reverse warrior. Feel free to let your left arm go behind your back for a slight bind. Come through to warrior two. Straighten your legs and rebend. Straighten your legs and rebend. Let your arms open and close as well. Building heat. Building strength. Now straighten your right leg. Shift your hips back. Tick-tock down to triangle pose. You want to make sure that your right kneecap's so firm, it's like your foot is lifting off the ground. Your legs are so strong. Feel free to look up to the ceiling. Exhale to warrior two. Cartwheel your arms down. Step back to high plank. Good job. Move through your vinyasa. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step your left foot through. Seal your right heel. Rise up to warrior two. So strong, everyone. Flip your palm, reverse warrior. Feeling a nice stretch along your left side body. Warrior two here. Again, going in, fixing your clothes if need be, and bending and straightening your knee. Really building strength. You are strong. Keep at it. See what you can do. Take a break when need be. Good. Straighten your left leg here. Go into triangle pose. We want to make sure our right and left arms are stacked over each other in one straight line. Left leg is so strong, supporting us. Our core is engaged, lifting us up. Exhale, bend to warrior two. And step back to high plank. Move through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Take a few minutes here and lift your heels, bend your knees, and lower down to tabletop. All right. A little core activation. Let's go into a forearm plank. So you can also lower your knees down or just keep your knees up. Rock back and forth with your forearm plank. I like to clasp my fingertips together. Some people like to keep their arms apart. Yogi's choice. Building our core heat. Feel free now to lower and lift your knee one at a time, adding some more elements of balance training for our core. Lift up to high plank now, so palms are on the mat. And exhale, bring your knees back to center. Sit up tall in hero's pose. Take a few breaths here. Stretch out your neck, rolling your head side to side. Good job, everyone. All right. Swing your legs out in front. You can use your blocks if you like. And you can put your blocks behind. I know that sometimes these core exercises can be a bit painful, but let's go into boat pose. Feel free to put your hands behind your hamstrings or hands out by your side, or you can keep your hands on the mat behind you for extra support. See what feels best. Lower down to low boat, lift up to high boat. Yep, you got it. Keep going. That's it. Building up that core strength. Keep breathing. All right. Feel free to extend your arms overhead for more of a challenge. And release. Sit up nice and tall. Nice job, everyone. I'll turn to you so you can see now. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms down. Go ahead and stretch over to one side. And stretch to the other. Enjoy that lengthening of your side body here. Now, we're going to just do a little C shape in our spine. Our hands behind our head. We're curving. It's basically like a seated cat-cow. So curve your spine and open your chest. Yeah, it's a nice reset for our spine. Come on back to all fours. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees off the ground and eventually meet in downward facing dog. You did good. Feel free to take a bend here. It's a restorative down dog. We're starting our cool down. Wave forward to high plank. Shift back to down dog with a nice deep bend if you like. And still on the tops of our feet. Bring your right knee in to the front. Lower your left knee down. Lift up to low crescent pose. Hands extended overhead or at your heart center. Gently now twist over to your right side. Feel free to open your arms wide or keep your hands at heart center, your choice. Some people like to hook their left elbow over their right knee to deepen that twist. See what feels best for you. Keep breathing. And exhale back to center. Plant your palms, shift back to half split, just like we did in the beginning of class. How does this half split this time around feel? A little looser, the same? Check in with your body. Keeping your right foot flexed to protect our knee joints. Rebend into your right knee. Bring both hands to the left side of your right foot. Meet me in lizard. You can feel free to put your hands on top of the block or lower down to your forearms for different modifications of lizard. What we're really focusing on here is opening our hip joints, having a nice hip release. Keep breathing. If you're on your forearms, lift up to your palms. Nice work. I know hip openers can be a little uncomfortable. You got it. Now inhale, right arm comes to the sky, gentle twist here. You can also bind your right arm behind your back or just keep it up in the air. Exhale, heel toe your right foot back to center. Lift your left foot off the ground and step your right foot back to downward facing dog with a deep bend. Nice. Inhale, left knee comes to your nose, step your left foot through, lower your right knee down to the mat. Inhale, lift up, low crescent lunge. Again, mindful of your hand options, either extended, bring your hands to your heart center now. And exhale, twist over. Feel free to open your arms wide or keep your hands at your center. Letting your elbow come across and latch on, letting yourself deepen into this stretch more. Keep breathing. And inhale, lift up, back to center. You might fall over, that's all right. Inhale up, plant your palms, step back to half plank, shift forward. Same thing, trying to keep a flat back, keep your shoulder blades away from your ears. Enjoy this stretch. Deep breath in and exhale. Nice. Go ahead, rebend gently into your left foot while you heel toe it out to the left side of your mat, meeting in lizard. Both of our arms are to the right of our foot. Same options to rest on the block, lower to our forearms. See what feels best for you as you are opening your hip flexor here. I love lizards. Any class with me, we will do lizard. It's so beneficial for us. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale. Keep breathing through the stretch. Keep breathing through the pose. You got this. Plant your right palm now. Left arm comes up for a gentle twist. Feel free to bind behind your back if you like, or keep your hands up. Eventually bring your hands back to the mat. Frame your left foot. Lift your right foot up and step back to downward facing dog with a deep, deep restorative bend. Wave forward to high plank. Exhale, lower down so slowly with control. Now bring your right ear and right cheek to the mat. And you're going to let your right arm extend backwards. It's a nice shoulder opener here. I use my left arm to push up, and my leg also comes to a bend. It just feels best in my body. But see what feels right for you. With our forehead down to the mat now, reset our spine with a few low cobra raises, engaging our back body to lift ourselves up. Extend your left arm now, roll over gently onto your left shoulder, keeping your left cheek and ear to the mat, as if the earth is telling you a secret. Your right arm and right knee can also bend and help further stretch. Always seeing what feels right for you. Back to center now. Push up to our first child's pose of class. We earned it. Feel free to keep your arms extended forward or wrap them by your feet, whatever feels best. Keep breathing here. And push yourself up out of child's pose. Sit back, extend your legs forward into staff pose. Reach your arms overhead, lower down gently. Readjust yourself if you may be off the mat like me. And gently push through the soles of your feet for a bridge pose. Keep your gaze at your belly button and your inner thighs yearning towards each other. Lower down. Inhale. Push through your soles of your feet. Lift your hips up for bridge pose. It's a nice restorative pose for us. And lower down. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, lower down gently. Now cross your right leg over your left for a figure 4. This is a great stretch for our outer thigh. You'll feel it along the right side of your body. Keep your right foot flexed. Exhale, release down. Now your left side. Cross your left leg over your right and pull gently in towards your chest, keeping your left foot flexed to protect your knee joint. Exhale, release. Bring both knees into your chest now, gently rocking side to side like we did in the beginning of class. Grab the soles of your feet or your hamstrings now for happy baby. Feel free to play around with this. Extend your legs, rock side to side, see what feels best for you. Eventually, bring your knees in together to your chest. Lift your head and shoulders off the ground. Squeeze yourself into a tight ball. Squeeze every muscle in your body and release down to Shavasana. Let your legs turn outward. Let your arms rest by your side. As we rest here in our Shavasana pose, let whatever thoughts come and let them go. You did a great job this class. I will lead us out of this pose in a few minutes. Just keep breathing and enjoy this process. Gently start wiggling your toes, rounding out your wrists, stretching up overhead like a good morning stretch, waking up the body gently, deepening our inhales. Eventually push over onto one side, either side works, and lift yourself up to seated position, cross-legged seated position, having little stretches here, see what feels best for you. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale through your third eye, down to your heart center. Thank you so much for flowing with us today. I hope you built heat. I hope you enjoyed. Wishing you all well. Namaste. Take care, everyone. If you liked programming like art-inspired yoga, please consider becoming a member of the Barry Art Museum. We'd love to have you. Thanks so much.